Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Celeste, this inviting, cozy game that I'm dearly fond of, especially on a night like tonight. There's a chill in the air, a nice stiff breeze going on a winter night, a little bit of light snow flurries. What better game to snuggle up with a blanket and just play than this? We didn't get a look at this placard last time, but it's kind of garbled, like when you try to read something in a dream. And come to think of it, this background is pretty surreal too. And then there's the fire. We fell asleep with it being bright red and orange, but it's green like a fanny pack full of pennies caught fire. The whole atmosphere here is a little bit stilted, isn't it? The ambience of this music has a kind of hazy, psychedelic quality to it. Something a little bit alien. And then there are all of these frozen blocks that are barring our path, but not actually doing anything. They're just solid surfaces. You can still see some parallax going on through them, which is kind of nifty. Makes the movement going on inside of them or behind them seem especially off. And finally, can't look left or right or up, but down and down further. This gives us the idea that there's something that we were missing when we went to the lower floors before, but what might we have missed? Well, that you can dash into it and break it, and this is where our first real set of platforming challenges for the level start. Those postcards, by the way, between that and the fact that we're gonna get some deeper challenges in this level, brings up a point that I really want to make sure that I hammer home. And it's about how warm and encouraging this game is with its difficulty, rather than being mocking, rather than trying to taunt you. It's a huge part of this game's philosophy. It's really tough, but it doesn't want you to get frustrated at the failure that's going to be coming your way repeatedly. It wants you to fully enjoy the feeling of overcoming a challenge, so it encourages you constantly, rather than saddling you with the feeling of being frustrated over not doing well while you learn a section or a new mechanic, like this one. These things are humming to life now. By the way, pay attention to what I was doing, dancing around with the screen transition before. That'll become important. Also, you can bonk your head if you're not careful which direction you dash through these. Also, coming out the other end of them resets your dash. Some important things to note about this mechanic. You also travel to the end of it in a straight line, whether that be diagonal, whether it be up, down, left, right, whatever the case may be. So here, we're going to take advantage of that mechanic that I was pointing out before by resetting our dash repeatedly to gain a little bit of height, just using screen transitions. It'll reset again once we get here. You might be thinking, how the hell are we going to get all the way to the other side on one dash? Well, we're not. Once again, we're going to take advantage of the dash reset on screen transition. And that's entirely intentional, to get up to this secret, this crystal heart. Unlike the strawberries, the crystal hearts will unlock something eventually, something that we are probably going to want to show during the purview of this LP. So the point that I was trying to make was that, like, as you just saw, this game is not really compromising with how hard it can get. That's not necessarily the best example of how hard the game gets, but what we just had to do was have a really deep and nuanced understanding of a mechanic that they didn't even really properly tell you about. So it's not that the game doesn't demand anything from you, and this is only the beginning of that, and it's not that the game isn't hard. It's just how the difficulty is framed is very gentle. And this is the concerned observer, this doppelganger of Madeline that came out of the mirror. Are you me? I'm part of you. Why would part of me look so creepy? She does not seem amused by that. This is what I look like, okay? Deal with it. Sorry, I didn't mean... Forget about it. Can't tell you what a relief it is to finally get out of your head. Look, I'm worried about us. We need a hobby, but this... I know it sounds crazy, but I need to climb this mountain. You are many things, darling, but you are not a mountain climber. Look how smug she looks in that. I know it's not your strong suit, but be reasonable for once. You have no idea what you're getting into. You can't handle this. That's exactly why I need to do this. Are you the weak part of me or the lazy part? I'm the pragmatic part. And I'm trying to be diplomatic here. God, these animations are great. Let's go home together. That was not a request, by the way. The chase begins now. So, what I was getting to was that the developers for this... Oops, I don't want this strawberry. That's going to be a hard one to get away with. They implemented an assist mode that makes the game much easier for those who want it or need it. But early on, it wasn't called assist mode. It was called cheat mode. It was later changed to assist mode when they realized that the connotation of framing it as cheating rather than like needing a helping hand was not in line with the tone that they were going for with the game. Alright, so we need to hit that switch to lower this so we can get through. This one, I like to start with the lower right switch, go to the upper left, hit the lower left one on the way down, and then get that middle switch. But there's a bunch of ways you can get through that screen, or several of these, and now it ramps up a little bit because you have 3 of them. Or actually, I think it's... No, it's 3 for now, and I think that number grows as we get further in. Like, I think there are 4 now. And it gets trickier because you have way less room to maneuver for this one. And then, is it this screen? I think it might be. Where things start to get really tough. Yeah, it's this one. I think this part is monumentally tense for being only the climax to the 2nd chapter. Like, it's quite long compared to other screens, and there's a relentless timer on it, on all of your moves, and there are a lot of ways for things to go wrong here. So this is like the first big test. To wait for the last one to get out of the way, and then pass under them. And then there's still a little bit more. Like, you're out of danger at this point, but there's still a little more. By the way, in case you didn't catch on, the way that the Badelines move, which is like the fun little community term for that other part of Madeline, it's always your exact movements, but just on a delay. So they aren't chasing you, they're just mirroring you, kind of. Hello? Madeline? Are you calling from a payphone? Yeah. No, wait. You called me. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. I'm in trouble. I'm being chased by someone. I don't really understand what's going on, but I know I'm in danger. I can feel it. Madeline, you only call me when you're panicking in the middle of the night. You don't have to make up some ridiculous story just to get my attention. I'm not making it up. You always do this. It's alright, calm down. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Talk to me. I'm climbing Celeste Mountain. I found this old mirror and it shattered, but part of me escaped and... I'm dreaming, aren't I? Madeline, of course you're dreaming. I haven't spoken to you in months. Why would I start now? Oof. Why am I even climbing this stupid mountain? I'm wondering the same thing. It's time to give up and go home. So it's a dream sequence, but not one without purpose. And not the entirety of the chapter either. This memorial dedicated to those who perished on the climb. That's the little bit of text that we missed last time when I passed by it. And there's someone up there. Someone who I think we could have met last time, but I don't recall actually running into. Oh there, fellow explorer. Yeah, we haven't met him yet. At least on this run. Did you also trek up here to scope out these old ruins? No, I'm headed for the summit. Oh, that's crazy. I'm Theo, by the way, an adventurer from a far-off land. Not much of a talker, are you? Mysterious lone wolf type? I get it. I'll just imagine some dark backstory for you. Hey Theo, sorry about earlier. I'm Madeline. I've got a lot on my mind. Well, this is a good place for it. Something about these ruins feels so introspective. It's really making me take a look in the mirror, so to speak. Yeah, I get that. So what far-off land do you hail from? Well, my inquisitive compatriot, I doth hail from the mystical, enigmatic kingdom of Seattle. Sounds like a special place. So both of them have a recurring motif with mirrors so far. Theo, these are great. Maybe I'll finally hit 1,000 followers with these. Oh, we need to formally commemorate this occasion. Take a selfie with me. I don't know if that's such a good idea right now. I would definitely consider this a continuation of that recurring motif. Sorry about that, don't worry, I won't post this one. No, it's alright, you can post it. I'm just not photogenic. Madeline, don't be hard on yourself. No one looks good without a filter. Casual yet refined. What made you want to try photography? Well, my grandpa was really into it. Apparently he was semi-famous in the photography world. I don't know if I'll ever be that good, but it's nice to feel close to him. So you're determined to climb the entire mountain? Yeah, I told myself I would. I'm done breaking promises to myself. Life goals, I dig it. I doubt I'll make it to the top like you, but I'm not ready to turn back just yet. Are you getting any data up here? I don't have a smartphone. Madeline, I don't even know how to respond to that. And he actually doesn't, because that's the end of the conversation. At least for now. We'll be meeting back up with Theo a couple times throughout the story. But for now, that's our cue to move along. God, the stars are pretty beautiful at this point in the game. Even without that dreamlike cascade of stars, it's still really gorgeous. Creates such a mood. And back to the payphone. It's not ringing for us this time. Instead, Madeline takes the initiative on calling someone. It's her mom. Madeline, what a nice surprise. How's your trip? It's okay, I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Are you having another panic attack? Focus on your breathing, honey, I'm here. So now we know she has panic attacks. And that is chapter 2. Oh my god, it's so good! It's getting so good already! Ah, I love this! Oh, and there's our crystal heart. I think that's less than chapter 1 somehow? Oh, anyway. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.